Welcome all. In this video we are going to talk about some of the carbohydrates. First we are going to talk about fructose. Okay, fructose or fruit sugar is a simple ketonic monosaccharide. It consists of keto group. In glucose we have already seen that glucose is made up of aldehyde, whereas the ketone is present in fructose. Okay, so its formula is C6H12O6, same as that of glucose. Fructose and glucose have the same molecular formula. Fructose is absorbed in the blood directly during digestion. Okay, easiest to form, so which gives instant energy. So it was discovered by Augustine in the year 1847. The name fructose was coined in 1857 by the English chemist William Allen Miller, okay, who gave the name first fructose. Okay, pure and dry fructose is sweet, white, odorless. It does not have any smell, and basically it is a crystalline solid, and it is the most water soluble of all the sugar. Okay, it dissolves more than that of glucose. So fructose is also found in honey, wine fruit, flowers, berries, and most root vegetables. Okay, in root vegetables, in the most of the root vegetables, it is also present. Okay, what will be the structure of fructose? Okay, fructose has a cyclic structure like glucose. So it is a keto exose. Okay, due to the presence of the keto group, it results in the formation of an intramolecular. Intramolecular means within the molecule. Hemiacetal, that is a cyclic structure. Okay, like in glucose we have already seen, it consists of glucopyranose. Okay, pyrene structure. Here it will be fructose furanose, a 5-membered ring. The structure will be a 5-membered ring structure. Okay, in this arrangement, the 5th carbon OH combines with the ketonic group. We will show the structure of the fructose and explain in the 5th carbon the OH combines with the CO group. Okay. So there will be an chiral carbon. Chiral means which can rotate the plane polarized, right? So it has a chiral carbon, and the two arrangement of CH2OH and OH, it forms an alpha form and a beta form. Okay, like in glucose, fructose also has an alpha form and a beta form. So D-fructose exhibits stereoisomerism. It can rotate optically polarized light. It can rotate the polarized light in the in the left direction. I should say leave rotatory, in which the alpha D fructopyranose and beta D fructopyranose are the isomers. Okay, so this is the fructose group. I mean this is the open chain structure. So here you have got an open chain C double bond O. And here also this is a D-glucose. So D-glucose means the 5th carbon, the OH should be in the right side. Is the D-fructose. I think I told D-glucose, it's fructose. So it's D-fructose, the OH in the right hand side. It is a L-fructose, the OH in the left hand side. L means the OH present in the functional group, that is the group most reduced group. That is before that carbon, the OH or the functional group should be in the left hand side. That will constitute an L. That's basically a configuration D and L form given by Fischer. Okay, this is the structure of fructopyranose. I think here you would have written fructopyranose. It's not fructopyranose, it's fructopyranose. So here you have to change as fructopyranose. It must be a typo error. And I think I also read that as fructopyranose, but it should be furanose because it contains 5 carbon, 5 ring structure, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th O. So 4 carbon and the O forming a cyclic structure is an furan. So it's a fructopyranose. You have to change. This is not fructopyranose. This is fructopyranose, and we have also beta-D fructopyranose. Okay, and this is the beta form. So beta form, C in the alpha form, the OH in the right hand side, whereas in the beta form, the OH in the left hand side. Okay. So these are the structures of fructose. So next carbohydrates, what we are going to talk about is sucrose. Sucrose is a common sugar which we use in our daily life. So sucrose is a common table sugar. So it's a disaccharide. We have already seen much about it. It's a disaccharide which consists of a glucose and a fructose, two aldehydes, which contains of the glucose and the fructose. So sucrose, molecular formula is C12H22O11. Okay, it is mainly produced in the plants, naturally in the plants. Okay, sugar is most abundant of all the sucrose is most abundant of all the sugars. Okay, sucrose is the most abundant form of all the sugars, and is used as sweetening agent in the food industries. So it is sweeter than common sugars like glucose, lactose and maltose. So it's again a colorless, crystalline and a sweet substance solid in water. Sucrase is an enzyme which is produced in our body or most of the living organism, which hydrolyzes sucrose in the body. Okay, talking about the structure of sucrose. So sucrose consists of, we already see, one molecule of D-glucose and one molecule of D-fructose. Okay. So there is an alpha form of the glucose and the beta form of the fructose that is joining. Both the aldehyde and the keto group would join. So the glycosidic linkage is the alpha linkage between the molecules of formation. Is a alpha orientation. Okay, sucrose is a non-reducing sugars because both the aldehyde and the keto groups are bonded together. So sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Okay, sucrose has no free hemicidal hydroxyl group. It does not show any mutar rotation. Okay, so alpha to beta conversion is not there. Sucrose also does not form mosazone. Okay, because it does not have free aldehydes and keto. So here, this is the structure of the glucose and the fructose combining to form a sucrose. So this is the glucose form and this is the fructose which combines to form a sucrose. Okay, this is the cyclic structure. So this is the glycosidic linkage formed between the glucose and the fructose. So here the first carbon and the second carbon is attached. So functional groups is not free, so it does not reduce. So when the functional group is free, it can act as an oxidation agent, reducing tolerance and filling. So here the functional group is not free, so it cannot reduce. It does not act as an oxidation. It does not act as a reducing agent. It should be reducing agent. So it does not reduce the tolerance or fillings. So it does not act as an reducing agent. I think I am correct. One which gets oxidized is called as a reducing agent. So it does not act as a reducing agent. Okay, starch is the next form of carbohydrate we are going to study. So it consists of mainly glucose molecules linked together by the glycosidic bond. It's a normal form of carbohydrate which we take as the food. Okay, general formula is C6H10O5 N times. N is the number of repeating unit of C6H10O5. Okay, N denotes the number of molecules linked together. Okay, starch occurs in all the plants, particularly in their seeds. Okay. So main sources, what is the main source? It's wheat, maize, rice, potatoes, barley. It's a white amorphous powder. It's not crystalline. Probably glucose and fructose we have seen. It's a crystalline solids. Here it is a starch is an amorphous solid. It's a polymer actually, long chain polymer, naturally formed polymer. It gives a blue color with iodine solution. I think which we discussed in the previous videos. And the blue color disappears on heating and reappears on cooling. So on hydrolysis, it is basically made up of glucose. So an hydrolysis gives glucose. There is this is the structure of the charge, and there are two things, amylose and amylopectins. I think this will be seeing in the this video actually. So starch consists of two parts, which is called as an amylose, and another one is called as an amylopectin. So amylose is the most what do you call as the most non-branched. Actually, it does not have a branch, and it is more soluble in water than more soluble in water. It should be more soluble in water than the amylopectin. The amylopectins are a little bit insoluble in water because it is more branched, and amylose is less branched. So amylose is water soluble, as I told you, long branched, 200 to 1000 D-glucose units. So 1,4 linkage will be present in the amylose. Okay, in amylose there will be an 1,4 linkage. I think we will be seeing again the structure of the amylose and amylopectins again. So there I will explain the 1,4 and the 1,6 which is present in the amylopectins. So amylopectin is water insoluble and consists of 20 to 30 glucose units per branch. That's per branch, because it may contains thousands or few thousands of glucose per branch. It contains 20 to 30 glucose units. So it is held by 1,6 and 1,4 glycosidic bonds. As we already know, the carbohydrates are linked together by the glycosidic linkage. So it consists of 1,6 and 1,4 glycosidic bonds. So this is basically it's just a structure of starch. It's something like an amylose. Because of the simplicity, we are given a simple diagram of the starch, and this is the amylose. Here you will be having 1 and the 4, the first carbon and the fourth carbon. See, the first carbon and the fourth carbon forms the glycosidic linkage. First carbon and the fourth carbon forms the glycosidic linkage. So it is a 1,4 linkage, and this is the amylopectin, more branched one. Here you see there is an 1,4. You can see 1 and the fourth carbon, or you can see 1 and the fourth carbon linked together, and the 1 and the sixth carbon linked. This is the branch. So this is the branching point. So here you see it's not a straight, it's a little bit branched, and then it again goes 1 and 4. Okay, so this is about the starch, and the next we are going to talk about is cellulose, which is mostly present in the plants. Okay, cellulose is tough water insoluble fibrous polysaccharides with the formula again C6H10O5, same as that of starch, but it is different from the starch. That in starch you have got alpha linkage. Here you will be having a beta linkage. It's also formed of glucose. Okay, beta glucose. Okay, there will be 1,4 branch, 1,4 first carbon and the fourth carbon will be linked by the glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage, we already know that it's an ether linkage. So cellulose is an important structural component of cell walls of the green plants. So in the structure of glucose, you have got an D-glucose, which is linked by 1,4 fashion. It's a beta glycosidic linkage. The structure is not helical, since beta linkage confines the polysaccharide to mostly a straight chain form. When subjected to acetylysis, that is simultaneous acetylation and hydrolysis. Okay, cellulose forms cellulose octoacetate. Okay, which confirms there is a cellobiase units in the cellulose. So this is the structure of the cellulose, a simple structure. Okay, simple structure of the cellulose. With this, we end this video. We will meet again with next video on amino acids. Okay, thank you. Bye.